You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hi, Bold and the Beautiful fans. This week, we have big action tied to John Finnegan, Luna Nozawa, and others in their family. It seems Luna's getting a retroactive paternity change, and if Finn turns out to be Luna's father, it's gonna be wild. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I'm gonna talk about 5 reasons I think Finn should definitely be the one who is the daddy of the double murdering young woman. But hey, first, please subscribe if you're not following us. Okay, so as of last week, Lee Finnegan proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that Tom Starr is not Luna's biological father, and we also know that Bill Spencer is not her bio dad either. Apparently, Lee has suspected for years that Poppy was going behind her back and playing hop on pop with Jack Finnegan, who is a known cheater. I mean, he slept with Sheila Carter on the sly while married to Lee. He knocked her up, and then Jack convinced Sheila to give up baby Finn and then gaslit Lee into adopting and raising his biological son, who was the product of a sketchy affair. For that reason, I think Jack has done quite enough damage to Lee Finnegan already. But right now, she is sure that Poppy Nozawa kept the identity of Luna's father a secret because she was boinking her brother-in-law. But there's another option that's even more horrifying. Could Finn be Luna's father, making Lee into Luna's grandma instead of her aunt? Let's talk about 5 reasons I think this would be a fantastic twist on B&B. First of all, it would be, a soapy sort of kind of incestuous twist. And let's be real, B&B has done equally icky things in the past. Ridge has been with both Caroline Spencer the younger and the older, the aunt and the niece, and he made out with his stepdaughter Bridget Forrester, whom he once thought might be his biological daughter. Steffy shagged Bill and both of his sons, and Hope was doing the deed with her former stepbrother. I mean, Bold and the Beautiful has no problem doing ick, and this would be ick because it would mean Finn's Aunt Poppy got in his pants. Just because they're not biologically related doesn't make it any less gross. Okay, actually, it makes it slightly less gross, but still gross, right? Also, if Finn is Luna's dad, I don't think he has any idea. And if he did sleep with Poppy even once, I'm not sure he knows that either. If they do this twist, I'm going to speculate that Finn was drugged by his immoral party girl Aunt Poppy, who was even wilder back in the day and did something she knows was completely unforgivable. And that's why she's kept this shameful, shameful secret. All right, the second reason I would love to see this twist happen is if Finn is Luna's dad, it would be absolutely horrifying to his wife, Steffy Forrester, that both Finn's mom and his daughter tried to kill her. I mean, Sheila shot Steffy with intent to kill a few years back, and then Luna recently put Steffy in a cage, planning to let a wrecking ball kill her in a horrifyingly painful way. So yeah, Steffy despises both Sheila and Luna and has forced Finn to cut Sheila out of his life, which he has done but doesn't necessarily agree with. However, if Finn finds out that Luna's his daughter, I'm sure he'd want to get to know her despite what she has done. He might even feel compelled to help Luna because Finn is a kind soul and he would never abandon a child of his. And Steffy would be so angry if Finn felt an ounce of sympathy for Luna since she tried to kill her, even if it was because he felt a biological imperative because it turned out that she's his daughter. The third reason, I think it would just be fascinating to see Sweet Finn deal with the fact that his mom, Sheila, and his daughter, Luna, are both homicidal maniacs. That might even inspire him to worry about whether little Hayes might have inherited what's clearly an evil gene somewhere in Finn's bloodline. He might want to go get the kid tested. And that is just one other way it would be fascinating if Luna were his daughter. This week, Lee does not believe Jack's denials, and I suspect he's going to tell his ex-wife, Lee, that no, he wasn't having sexy time with her sister, and no, he didn't get her pregnant. What would be truly terrible, though, would be if Jack did pounce on Poppy, but he's still not Luna's daddy, and it still is Finn, because then Poppy would have slept with Lee's husband and her son, and Lee might actually strangle her sister for being so super skanky if that were the case. Okay, the fourth reason I think it'd be amazing if Finn were Luna's daddy is that we could see Sheila having the chance to bond with her new granddaughter, Luna. Can you even imagine the two of them being related and Sheila spending time with Luna would probably terrify everyone in LA. Those two are bad enough individually, but together, wow. And I could see Sheila wanting to get to know Finn's daughter and being especially curious since Luna is a convicted double murderer and we know Sheila has killed more than that. She might even want to mentor her granddaughter and, she could tell Luna how she got redemption and a get out of jail free card, and Sheila could give Luna some advice on turning her life around. All right, the fifth and final reason I would like to see Finn and Luna be father and daughter is it would pave the way to her redemption, which seems inevitable. Given that Brad Bell listed Luna as part of the next generation of characters he's developing alongside Will and Electra and Zende, and I think he might have even mentioned Remy, these are people it sounds like he plans to keep around. So they have to clean up Luna's act and find a way to redeem her, despite the fact she killed Tom Starr and Hollis the bartender. And if they did redeem Luna, then the Forresters, Finnegans, and Spencers would have to accept Luna's redemption. And if you think that's impossible, remember, Brad Bell did a retcon and made baby-stealing felony Flo a retroactive Logan. And then even Hope, whose baby she helped steal and sell, had to let that crime slide because Flo turned out to be her aunt. Also, whether Luna is Finn's child or Jack's child, I can see Finnegan, the top criminal lawyer in LA, working to get Luna out of prison. They've got to do that to keep her on B&B. She can't live at Bill's on house arrest forever. And if it turns out Finn is Luna's bio dad, he might even go to his own bio dad, Jack, and ask him to find a way to get Luna transferred from a prison sentence maybe into a psychiatric hospital instead. I doubt Finn would want her running around loose, at least not until he's convinced that Luna is no longer a threat to Steffy. By this Friday, Lee has Jack's paternity test with Luna in her hand. I don't think Jack would easily agree to a paternity test unless he was confident he's not Luna's father. So I wonder if Lee's jaw is going to drop because the test says Jack is not a genetic match to be Luna's father, but instead is a DNA match to be her granddad, because that could only mean one thing. Poppy was perving on her nephew, and that is just twisted, soapy, and so very like the kind of plot that Bold and Beautiful likes to do. So we'll see how it goes.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.